Today we're going to explain exposure compensation and how it gives you a quick, reliable way to correct what the camera's light meter gets wrong. If you already understand the light meter and the histogram, then exposure compensation becomes a simple but powerful tool. Modern cameras are smart, but they still try to average a scene to middle grey, and that's where errors happen. And exposure compensation lets you shift that built-in assumption without abandoning the convenience of the semi-automatic modes. Now start with the basic idea. The camera's meter assigns an exposure it thinks is correct. On most cameras, you'll see the scale on display with 0 in the middle and increments like -2 to +2 or -3 to +3. 0 means the camera believes its calculation will render the scene as a neutral mid-tone. Now when the scene is unusually bright or unusually dark, that meter will bias exposure towards the middle grey. Exposure compensation tells the camera to go brighter or darker than its recommendation by a specific amount, measured in EV or stops. But what does that mean in practice? If you dial in +1 EV, you're telling the camera to make the final image 1 stop brighter than the meter's reading. If you choose -1 EV, it should be 1 stop darker. You control this with a dedicated dial or button on most cameras, and it works whenever the camera is still in charge of some exposure parameters, namely aperture priority, shutter priority, or program mode. Now if you're in full manual and you're already setting shutter, aperture and ISO yourself, the exposure compensation isn't applicable. So why is this useful? Now imagine a person standing on a sunlit beach with a bright sky behind them. The meter sees a lot of bright pixels and will reduce the exposure to protect those highlights. The result can be an underexposed subject or a near silhouette. A glance at the image or a histogram will reveal the spike on the left or a lack of midtones where you want them. Now dialing in positive exposure compensation, perhaps +1 or +2 EV, depending on the scene, shifts the exposure so that your subject is rendered properly without you having to manually change shutter speed, aperture or ISO. The reverse situation is equally common. Imagine you're in a dark woodlands or at night. The meter attempts to brighten the overall scene towards middle grey. That can wash out shadow mood and blow highlight detail on any bright elements. In those cases, applying a negative exposure compensation, maybe -1 or -2 EV, preserves the scene's natural darkness and keeps highlights from being overcooked. The camera will then respond by reducing the exposure relative to its original reading. What actually changes inside the camera depends on the automatic mode you're using. In aperture priority, exposure compensation causes the camera to pick a different shutter speed to reach the adjusted exposure. In shutter priority, the camera adjusts aperture, which will affect the depth of field. If auto ISO is enabled, the camera might also raise or lower the ISO to hit that compensated value. That interaction is important to remember. In shutter priority, using exposure compensation can change the background blur. In aperture priority, it will also change motion blur. If those changes matter, be mindful of which semi-automatic mode you're in. There are practical limits. Most cameras only let you push exposure compensation at a certain range, usually between 2 or 3 stops either way. If that scene demands more correction than that, or if precise control is essential, switch to full manual and then set the exposure exactly where you need it. Also remember that exposure compensation often persists. So if you set +1 EV and then forget to reset it, the camera will keep applying that boost until you change it back, which can lead to rather unexpected results later in a different scene. A quick workflow to practice. When you take a shot, check the image and the histogram. If the subject is underexposed and the histogram is squashed left, try positive compensation. If the image looks blown out or too bright and the histogram is pushed right, dial in a negative compensation. Make small adjustments and then review. Often 1 stop or half a stop is all you need. With time, you're going to learn to anticipate when the meter will mislead you and then preemptively apply compensation yourself. In summary, Exposure compensation is a fast and intuitive way to correct the camera's automatic exposure decisions. It shifts the meter's target away from middle grey, nudges the histogram left or right, and lets you prioritise subject tone without switching to full manual. So for beginners moving beyond auto, it's one of the most useful tools to master before diving into full manual control. Practice with real scenes and you'll soon be able to reach for it automatically when the meter gets bored. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you soon on another video, and don't forget to subscribe.